Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today we are going to be talking about Clevatess, a currently airing series on Crunchyroll, and I'm sure there's other services, I don't know. I'm watching it on Crunchyroll. A show about a dark super duper demon lord who takes care of a baby after he destroyed the kingdom that the baby was supposed to be a king for or whatever, because the king sent a bunch of warriors out to him to try and kill him, and it didn't happen. Probably watch the first episode. It'll explain the world a little bit better than I could. To be honest, I zoned out a little bit when they were explaining all the different factions. You know, there's like dwarves and orcs or whatever. There's different humanoids everywhere, but they all live in this very crunched up little segment of the world. And everywhere else, it's surrounded by the Dark Beast. They're literally called Dark Beasts. Even the Dark Beast and the Dark Beast Lords, there's like 4 of them that control each like north, east, west, and south or whatever. They even refer to themselves as Dark Beast, which is incredibly corny, but you know what? It's fine because the anime is really awesome. So what the hell is Clevatess? Well, like I said, it's dark fantasy. The formula is this: one of the soldiers that Clevatess killed, he revives and kind of uses her as an immortal shield and just helper servant thing to help him raise this baby and travel the world and teach him about humans. He wants to learn about humans, and he wants to raise the baby to eventually like control the baby when it becomes king of the place that he destroyed. Along the way, they're kind of helping people. You kind of get the sense that Clevatess isn't completely evil, despite being a dark beast whose blood is dark ichor. Is that from Jack and Dexter? Or is that dark ether? I don't know. Anyone who played Jack and Dexter, let me know in the comments. Or Jack and Daxter, actually, that's what it's called. There's like different colored ethers, and dark ether's the bad one, or ichor, I don't know. But the style it's almost like a 90s fantasy anime. The coloring and just art style in general is very gritty. I have this sense of kind of unease while also being nostalgic when watching it. It looks like something that would just show up on my screen at, 1 a.m. when I was 10 years old on Toonami. It looks like an older anime, and it also watches like it. There's corny jokes here and there, but a lot of the times there's very serious stuff happening. There's a lot of violence. They take the violence very seriously. I mean, there's so many threats of just doing very bad things to women. There's a whole like slave camp. The poor woman Alicia, the servant who's immortal, she can feel the pain still. She gets thrown off a cliff, breaks every bone in her body, dies completely. Her head's pretty much detached from her body, everything. And Clevatess is like, I can't have you dying yet. So he just shoves the ichor back into her body, and she's just screaming the entire time. It's beautiful. It's wonderful, actually. This show almost kind of reminds me of Hellsing Ultimate because it's got that same kind of gritty, like I said, art style-ish. It invokes sort of the same feeling I have watching it, even though the stories are definitely a little bit different. But it does have a superly overpowered main character, Clevatess, and, with Hellsing Ultimate, Alucard, who can kind of just do everything. They're like the strongest form of the monsters that they generally fight, but they're used sparingly because obviously if we just had Clevatess steamrolling everything or Alucard steamrolling everything, it wouldn't make for a very good story, although I would like to watch it still because I like that. You can give me a show of like Godzilla for 3 hours straight, just destroying stuff, beating the crap out of other monsters, and just dominating the entire time with zero dialogue, and I would watch it. My primate brain, the neurons, they activate when I see stuff blow up and people fight and power tripping. This is why I'm a Solo Leveling fan, by the way. The power fantasy, it's too much for me. It makes my hairs stick up on my arm. But yeah, Clevatess almost feels like an Alucard if you obviously have seen Hellsing Ultimate. If not, he's like the super overpowered guy who's like an anti-hero, whatever. I really like the way he interacts with Alicia. He almost, at the beginning, he starts to treat her as like a pet, but as it's been going on, and we're only on like episode 8, it's more of a comrade sort of thing. He even starts to talk to her like, would this be the action of a hero or not? He wants her to be a hero. She was a hero for the people. And she's like, I don't know anymore because, I'm killing people. It's like, well, you're killing bad guys. You're not really killing people, right? You killed a bunch of slavers. That's still pretty heroic. Yeah, you're working for a dark beast lord, but am I really even evil? Maybe you didn't know. You could have just asked. Maybe I could have shown you the rest of the world without you having to fight me, I'm very excited to see where this anime goes. There's clearly a lot of lore here, and I don't read manga because I'm autistic. I can't read. I know manga's mostly like pictures too, so that would definitely help help me, but I don't know, man. I can't do it. Me better at pick thing up, put thing down, all right? Put thing on the screen for me, please. Let me just watch it. There are instances where I'm like, man, can't Clevatess just destroy this guy? Like, there's no one watching because he's trying to keep himself on the down low, right? He doesn't want anyone to know that Clevatess is not in the mountain. He's not guarding his mountain. He doesn't want people knowing he's not guarding his mountain. And he also doesn't want people knowing that he's kind of taking care of this baby because he wants to kind of control the baby from the shadows. At least that's the plan he tells us. I think he's just a little goober and wants to raise the baby. But that's just my 2 cents. There's also the slave girl that they take on very early on after destroying the slaver camp, which, by the way, that fight sequence alone was awesome. Alicia gets just thrown into this watery pit that's filled with a bunch of axolotl monsters, which are pretty cool design. All the monster designs are really awesome too. Clevatess himself, when he's in monster form, he's this sick, awesome, like gray wolf, not gray wolf, like dark wolf thing with a bunch of tails that have spiky, like unicorn heads on him. And when he powers up, he glows with like lightning fire. It's just sick. Everything about this show is just raw, awesome testosterone, just greatness. I'm very good at describing words, I know. Dude, it's awesome. Also, it's great. But yeah, they take on this slaver girl. You know, she was this big, fat, you know, big gazongas, big bazungas, had a lisp because the slavers kept punching her teeth out. God, her story was miserable. You should watch it to see the full thing, but oh my, this poor lady, dude. And he just like Frankenstein's monsters her after she's dead, giving her super strength, making her skinny, and she has a full set of teeth again, so she's not fucking like this. And she's the wet nurse for the baby, because Alicia's a virgin, so she can't give milk, but the other one obviously isn't a virgin because she grew up around slavers, and you can put 2 and 2 together. Not afraid to tackle very serious subjects, which I like, you know? I don't like hearing about it, but when something is this real and this serious and takes the serious subject seriously and also just kills the people doing the bad things, which is also a good thing. I like when that happens. Dopamine go up when I see slaver guy get chopped in half or eaten by giant axolotl monster. Very cool. But yeah, Clevatess is turning out to be a very fun watch. And it's a nice kind of mix with the current summer anime as well. Because I'm watching Gyacha Cocoon or whatever the hell it's called, the one that looks like Soul Eater and the guy can turn garbage into weapons and stuff. That one's pretty awesome. It kind of went off to a slow start, but I like the concept. I wish the episodes would last a little bit longer. Oh man, the cliffhangers are killing me. And Kaiju number 8 started off slow and then became really amazing in the second season. Oh my god, I can't wait to see the next one for that. I'm liking the summer anime. It doesn't seem like there's one with a lot of it factor, but you know, Clevatess could get there. It definitely could get there. I like it. I like it a lot. But maybe that's just because, you know, I am a very optimistic person. If I like anything about a show, I will generally glaze it to no end. Unless it's Hell of a Boss, because I like some things about Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel, but I also don't like it, and it pisses me off that I like it. So now I just hate it for views on one video. I should make another video. That would be smart of me to do that. All right, I'm rambling. I love you guys. Like and subscribe. Check out my other videos. I'm City Live. We talk about things here. We do stuff. We do video essays, commentary, videos where I just do this, where I just be yapping. And when I find a video game that I actually like playing again, I will probably talk about that too. City Live signing off. I will see you in the next one. I don't know why I don't know what's wrong with me, man.